because what does this data contain? Okay, we'll have to look at it thoda sa dhyan se. Okay, let's look at it. What does this data contain? So this data contains employee ID, first name, middle name, last name, department, location, job title, join date, employment type, basic salary, HRA, overtime rate, leave days, and all of that. Okay, so essentially what we need to do is we need to make a salary slip for each person as well. So what are we going to do in this project? Okay, we are going to clean the data, we are going to get answers to our question. Okay, and we are going to make the salary slip for each of them with the help of VBA, macros, AI. Is this clear to everyone what is expected out of this project part? Yes, yes. Now, does it look like that now? Oh, somebody already said fun. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So, is this clear what we are trying to achieve right now? Okay. And this will involve a lot of skills that we have taken. Okay. This will involve a lot of skills that we have learned so far. This is where all of this combine and come together to make you an amazing AI Excel data analyst. Are you guys ready for it? Machayenge? All right, people are excited after the break. All right, so ready to get started? All right, so let's start now. Ideally, I expect it should take us 40 minutes. It won't actually take 40 minutes, but because we are discussing this slowly and slowly, so it will take us ideally 40 to 50 minutes, but within that time, we'll be able to do it completely. Okay, yes, of course, we are going to divide it bit by bit. Okay, now if you want to follow along, you can by all means follow along. ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. But if you feel that no, right now you want to watch, you will follow it later from the recording. Perfectly fine, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. ठीक है, so it is entirely up to you how you wish to do it. Okay, I am going to get started. Is that clear? All right, so let's get started. All right, so let's get. How have you created this sheet? With a lot of hard work, I have created this sheet. All right, so let's get started. Okay, now the first principle of any data analyst. Okay, so right now I'm going to talk to you about how you should practically approach these problems and how you should actually practically solve these things in real life as well. Okay, the first thing is never ever ever touch your raw data. Okay, you should never change your raw data in any terms. ठीक है, raw data जैसा है उसको वैसे के वैसे पड़े रहने दो. Rule number 1, do not ever touch your raw data. Okay, second thing, this is the sheet that I have shared. Let me just confirm. Wait, let me confirm. No, this is the sheet that I have shared. This is the same product sheet that you've got, right? People scare me. This is the exact same thing that I've shared. This is in a different folder. Okay, this is in a different folder which I just showed you. Where is my Chrome? Let me show that to you. Tiny. Okay, so just go to this files, a project files. Okay, download this. Is the exact same file. Okay, exact same file. Let's continue. Right. So the first thing is never ever ever touch your raw data. Okay. Yeah, I have updated this. I've updated this. Okay. So now so if I don't have to touch my raw data, what should I do? Okay. The first thing you should always do, you should copy it. Okay. So I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to move or copy. Okay. So I'm going to create a copy and I'm going to create it after this raw data. Okay, I'm going to create it after this scary looking data. Just give me 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to create a copy. This is important. Create a copy because a lot of times people forget this. It'll just move, it will not do anything. Okay, so create a copy. Okay, and now you can see it has created a raw data too. Okay, so I'm going to move the original one right here and I'm going to use this. Okay, so this is the raw data cleaning. Okay, so I'm renaming it to raw data cleaning because this is where I am going to work. Okay, so my raw data is never affected. In case I make a mistake, I can always get back my raw data. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, the first thing is we never touch the raw data because I may want to reuse the raw data because I might make a mistake. Okay, second thing, sometimes you just need to take a good hard look. Okay, so let's look at my data. Okay, now clearly I can see that unfortunately, even though all of my data is present on the first cell, how am I distinguishing between different values? What do I mean by that? Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, so I see employee ID, comma, first name, comma, middle name, comma, last name. Okay, so basically now I know कि अच्छा ठीक है, it is comma that is separating my different values. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, so sometimes you just have to take a good hard look. Okay, so let me zoom out. Okay, so whenever you get data like this, and you will get data like this so many times, okay, the easiest way to do it, okay, the easiest way to do it, I need to, let me delete this. Okay, this is not needed, this is not needed because I have that on the other sheet anyway, so I'm removing this. I'm just keeping the data. Now, so how do we convert this into different columns? How do I convert my text into different columns? Very simple. Okay, select your data. Okay, I've selected my data, and then go to data. Okay, select your data, then go to data. Then here we have something absolutely beautiful because I use this 1,000 times. Okay, which is called text to columns. Okay, which is called text. I can already see that most of you already know about this, but for those of you who do not, okay, so we are going to use text to columns. Okay, data, text to columns. So let me click on text to columns. Okay, now what text to column helps us do is it helps us to split the data. Okay, it helps us to split the data. Okay, now here is something that I want to explain to you. Okay, so you can see two terms here. First is delimited, second is fixed width. Okay, now it's pretty simple. Fixed width means I want to break at regular intervals. ठीक है, कि break at the fifth character, break at the 10th character, break at the 15th character, or something like that. Okay, but is the first name standardized in any world? Okay, is there any country in the world where it is fixed कि भाई first name जो है 5 digit का ही होना चाहिए? ठीक है, of course there is nowhere there. Okay, now what is this delimited? Okay, what is this delimited? Now, delimited simply means that there is a delimiter. Okay, don't worry about delimiter, think separator. Okay, think separator. So clearly now I know. Okay, we have a separator here, and what is the separator in our data? Perfect, it's comma. Okay, it's comma. So I'm going to use this delimited. Okay, next. Okay, now what is my delimiter here? Very simple. What is my delimiter here? Okay, I need to select comma. Okay, and instantly you will notice, just focus here. Okay, just focus here. The moment I select comma, instantly it is giving me a preview of how this will break down. Okay, and isn't this already looking so good? Okay, so the moment I select comma, it has understood कि अच्छा भाई ठीक है, I need to break this data in this way. Okay, so select comma. Of course, you may have data having some other type of separator, space, semicolon, tab, or any other. If you have multiple, you can select multiple as well. If you have multiple, you can select multiple as well. Okay, or don't try to do it in one go. Do it in multiple passes if you have multiple separators. Okay, anyways, I'm going to finish this. Okay, so now that I've done this, I know that this is fine. I'm going to click on finish. How to open this box of separator? Okay, so I need to select my data, go to data, text to columns. Okay, text to columns, delimited, next. And I did not select, this was default. I can uncheck this, I can uncheck this. It was selected by default. It was selected by default because whenever you copy data from, let's say, chat gpt or claude, they are typically separated by tab, which is why tab is the default. Anyways, so I've selected comma. Now I just need to click on finish. Okay, and instantly my data becomes less scary. Yes or no? Okay, instantly my data instantly my data becomes so much more cleaner. Okay, so from that scary looking thing to instantly much more structure. Okay, of course this is just the beginning, but it is an important step wherever we are talking about data cleaning. Clear? Clear? Shall we go ahead now? All right, now let's continue. Okay, now the first thing that you should always look whenever you have raw data. Okay, the first thing that you should always look whenever you have raw data is you should always search for duplicates. Okay, you should always search for duplicates. I have also given you this in hints right here. You will see to clean up duplicates, names, blah blah blah. Okay, I've always given this. Okay, I've given you hints so that you know if you try later on as well, you can do that. Anyways, the first thing you should always look for is duplicates. Now, how do we find duplicates? Okay, so in this case, just select the entire data. I used Control A to select. I used Command A because I'm using a Mac, so I used Command A to select the entire data. In case of Windows, you use Control A. Okay, and then how do we search for duplicates? Okay, again very simply. ठीक है, बहुत ही simply. मुझे मेरे screen पे ही दिख रहा है. ठीक है, in my very screen I can see how do I remove the duplicates. Okay, in my very screen I can see how do I remove the duplicates. Okay, very clearly I can see that right beside this text to column I have this remove duplicate. Okay, but I don't want to remove it right now. I first want to show it to you. Okay, I don't want to remove it right now. I just want to show it to you first. Okay, so how do we see what duplicate values are there? Okay, so in this case, go home. Most of you are already at home. Okay, go home, select conditional formatting. Okay, now what is conditional formatting? Okay, it basically formats based on some condition. Okay, so go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, and I have already gotten what value I want. Okay, I can only see what I want to highlight. Okay, so I want to highlight duplicate values. Okay, so I'm going to select this. Okay, and I can very clearly see. Okay, I can very clearly see, although this is not exactly the best approach, but okay, don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it. I can clearly see that there is one thing which is common. Okay, I can clearly see one thing which is completely common. Okay, which rows have everything in common. Okay, which rows have everything in common. Okay, row number 2 and row number 12, isn't it? Okay, although this is not exactly the right approach, but that's okay. Okay, this is just to show you. Okay, this is just to show you that that row number 2 and row number 12 are exactly the same. Okay, so let's delete row number 12. Okay, let's delete row number 12, but I'm not going to delete it this way. Okay, just like I showed you, I'm going to undo the conditional formatting because now I can clearly see कि अच्छा भाई कौन सा duplicate value है. ठीक है, there is one imposter among us and it is number 12. Let's remove that, but I'm not going to remove that like this. Okay, I'm going to go to data and I'm going to click on remove duplicates. Okay, so I'm going to click on remove duplicate. Okay, and my list has headers. I'm going to click on OK. Okay, and boom, you can see one duplicate value found and removed. ठीक है, and you can very clearly see कि भाई कौन सा चोर गायब हुआ. ठीक है, number 12 which had Rahul has now disappeared. Okay, and of course, if even if you have even if you have multiple duplicate values, all of those duplicate values will get khalas in one go. Okay, already our data has cleaned up so well. Yes or no? Clear, clear. आगे बढ़े. Which is better? No, you should always check before deleting. See, that's a good question. How do we identify which is deleted? Which is why I showed you before I deleted it. Okay, which is why you should always do conditional formatting to see कि अच्छा भाई delete हो क्या रहा है. ठीक है, or what exactly is it considering as duplicate, and then only you should remove it. Okay, if you remove it beforehand you will never know कि भाई delete क्या हुआ. Is that clear? So like I said, I'm giving you best practices that you should actually do. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now, so I want to change a couple of things here. Okay, I want to change a couple of things here because I want the salary slip. Okay, and the salary slip has the name in just one go. Okay, so I cannot do a first name of on the salary slip, I cannot do a second name on the salary slip. I want the complete full name on the salary slip. Okay, so let's start doing that. Okay, so let's start doing that. But before that, I want to check if there are any issues, if there are any, spelling mistakes or anything like that, because that is also pretty common. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, now here is something important that we are going to use. Okay, we are going to use the unique function. Why will I do the unique function? Let me tell you that. Okay, let me tell you that. So we are going to use the unique function. Why did I do that? Let me do that. Okay, so I'm using the unique function and I want to find out what are the unique things here. Okay, I want to find out what are the unique things here. Why am I doing it? You will figure it out. Okay, closing this, pressing enter. Okay, so I can see कि अच्छा ठीक है, I have sales, HR, finance, marketing, HR. Why am I getting HR twice? Accounts, sales, finance twice, sales also twice. Okay, clearly there is some error here. Okay, but imagine if this was a big list. Imagine if this was a big list, would this have been easy to find? Okay, so in that case what you should do, okay, In that case, what you should do is you should also sort it out. Okay, so I'm going to add sort as well. Okay, sort, unique, and then close. What is the benefit to this? What is the benefit to this? Okay, now I can very easily see कि अच्छा भाई कहाँ पे mistake है. Yes or no? Okay, much better. Okay, yes, clear. Clear. Okay, so now we can manually, if you want to manually fix this, we can fix it. It's not a very big deal in this particular case. Where is the mistake? There is a mistake definitely in the spacing part of it. Okay, there is a mistake clearly in the spacing part of it. Okay, now because I clearly cannot see, which is why we did that trim thing in the previous session. Okay, which is why we did the trim thing in the, see, whatever we have done so far is all being combined in a mega project. Clear? Okay, now how do we basically trim it? You guys already know it. So we are going to use a trim function. So trim, and we are going to select this. Okay, press enter, and then we are going to do all of this. Okay, so now, we can be confident that all the random spaces have been removed. Yes or no? Okay, now we can be confident कि भाई सारा random spaces जो है वो हट गया है. Okay, of course, yes, that's a very good point. We should validate it once again. Yes, you are absolutely right. Let's validate it. Let me copy the formula. Okay, and let me paste the formula right here. Okay, and now I can see that yes, I do not have two finance, I do not have two HR, I do not have two sales. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, in case anybody wants to see the formula, let me put the formula here. Let me put the formula here. Like, okay, so this is the formula that I have used. Okay, unique and then sort them. So far so good. Okay, but ठीक है, ये चीज चलो मैंने यहां पर कॉपी तो कर दिया. ठीक है, हाउ डू आई कॉपी दैट बैक? Okay, how do I copy that back? Now this is also important. Okay, see guys, everything that I'm showing you is very very important. एकदम screen से चिपक के रहने का. ठीक है, now what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to copy all of this, but I'm not going to paste it directly. Very good, I can see most of you have got it right. Okay, I'm going to copy it, but I'm not going to paste it directly. Okay, I'm going to go over here. Okay, and I'm going to go home. Okay, I'm going to go home, paste. Okay, and this is important. This is very 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 important. Okay, let me tell you why this is important. Okay, so let me tell you why. Okay, this cell, while it looks like it is saying say, while it looks like it is saying cells, sales. Okay, it is actually a formula. Yes or no? Okay, this is actually a formula. I don't want to paste the formula, I want to paste the value. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy all of it. Okay, go back here, paste special, but I'm going to only paste the value, because just paste would paste the formula. I just want the value. Okay, so let me, and everybody check out this thing also, it will change instantly. Okay, paste the values, and boom, it is done instantly. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, why did I paste values? Because I needed the values, I did not need the formula. Okay, all right, now now I am safe for this particular thing. Okay, now I am safe for this, I don't need this anymore. We are going to need this for others, but I don't need this anymore. Okay, we still need to correct this accounts mistake, so let me figure it out. So we have accounts right here, counts, counts. Okay, press enter, and now I can see there is one more account, so I can see that right here, OU. Okay, and done. Is that clear? Now if there were multiple, the ideal way would have been to do a find and replace, but because it's a very small data, I did not do that. I could have done that, I did not do that. It's perfectly fine though. Is that clear so far? Clear so far? Okay, all right. Now since I am now clear with the department zone, okay, what if we had 100 columns? I just told you, find and replace. Find and replace would have done it much faster. Okay, find and replace would have done it instantly. Anyways, let's continue. Okay, so now that I am clear with this particular thing, okay, let's copy to it here, let's copy to it here. Okay, let's check all of these guys. I cannot unfortunately repeat it again and again. You have to pay attention. Okay, and again, like I said, guys, don't worry if you feel that anything is missing, if you were unable to catch anything, don't worry, you will get the recording. आप इस चीज को बाद में भी check out कर सकते हो, ठीक है? But repeating it again and again is going to be difficult. Okay, if you have 100 columns, okay, चलो कोई बात नहीं, let's do that 100 columns thing. Okay, let's say that if let's say there were hundreds of columns where this had an error. Okay, in this case literally all you have to do is you have to go to find and replace. Okay, you have to go to find and replace, click on this. Okay, find this thing, what are we finding for? ACCNTS. Okay, replace it with ACCOUNTS. Okay, uh, replace all. Okay, or you can just go to it individually. Next, replace, next, replace, and done. Okay, is that clear? The question was about columns, not rows. This is what it was. Anyways, so clearly here, let's check out the location. Location: Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Gurgaon, Kolkata, Mumbai, Pune. This seems fine. No issues about it. Okay. Let's check out the designation. Accountant looks fine. Analyst looks fine. Developer, executive, HR executive, junior executive. Okay, all are fine. Manager, senior accountant, senior analyst, senior. Okay, all of these look fine. No worries about it. Okay, I don't think there's any problem right here. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want right here, so I don't need this anymore. Let's remove this. Okay, and I don't need this anymore, so let's remove this also. So far so good, everyone. You should always check your data. Okay, you should always check your data. Let's continue. Okay, now the next thing that I want here, okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to freeze this, freeze pane, so that I can go right here and I can still see the data. Okay, as you can see, guys, whatever we have discussed yesterday, okay, whatever we have discussed yesterday, we are using that bit by bit. Okay, now, so the next thing that I want to do, okay, the next thing that I want to do is I want to use the name. Okay, or not just name, I want to use the full name. Okay, I want to use the full name. Okay, so how do I do that? Now there are multiple methods. There is concat, there's a straight formula. Okay, but personally the formula that I like to use is called text join. Why is it not showing me the formula? Concat, why is it not showing text join? Yeah, right. So text join. Okay, this is personally the formula that I like. Okay, now in between two words in a name, in between two words in a name, what is the separator? What is the separator? Okay, obviously, wait, your name is separated by comma, eh? It is space. Okay, it is space. So what do we want as the delimiter? We want a space. Let me zoom in. Okay, so as you can see, between these two inverted commas there is a space. Okay, comma, let me do that once again, is equal to text join. Okay, space. Okay, you can see that there's a space in between these two. Okay, now comma, do I want to ignore empty cells? Now there is an important reason for this. Okay, right now I'm going to include empty cells. Okay, I have deliberately done this. Okay, I have deliberately done this because I want to show you something. So right now I want to include empty cells. I'm deliberately doing this. Okay, so let me include them. Okay, and then where are the names? The names are right here. Okay, and closing this, putting enter. Okay, so this looks fine. This looks fine. Okay, Rahul Kumar Sharma. Oh, this looks actually bad. Okay, so what is it looking bad? ठीक है कि भाई राहुल सब small में है, कुमार का K capital में, Sharma is all capital. Which person has given me this data, this horrible data? Okay, so of course we need to make all of this proper as well. We'll do that. We'll do that later. Okay, we'll do that later. No worries about it. Okay, now let's continue with the formula. Okay, what opened? Okay, so let's continue with the formula. Okay, so chalo ठीक है, but here we see an issue. Okay, here we see an issue. Okay, what is the issue that we see here? If we zoom in, okay, if we zoom in, we are not able to see anymore. Okay, you will see that between this L and K there looks to be a single space. Okay, but between this A and G it looks to be a double space. Okay, why is this so? This is where I wanted to show you that formula. Okay, so here what we did is we included empty cells. Okay, Here what we should have done, we should have ignored empty cells. Okay, so when we are going to ignore empty cells, pressing enter, and now let's do the formula once again. Okay, and now you can see this is no longer carrying double space. Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear to everyone? Okay, but of course we need to do it even better. ठीक है, अभी भी by chance, ठीक है, by chance there could be extra spaces, by chance there could be extra spaces. So if there are extra spaces, how can we remove them? Perfect, we use trim. Okay, so I'm going to use trim on top of everything. Okay, I'm going to use trim on top of everything. Okay, let it pull it down. Okay, but still then, so I have used trim also now. ठीक है, अच्छा trim भी मैंने add कर दिया. Okay, now I still want to correct. Everybody has got it now. Okay, everybody has got it now. See, this is how whatever you have learned over the previous class and today's class, we are basically implementing on. Okay, on top of this, what am I going to use? I'm going to use proper. Okay, so I'm going to use proper, and let me close it. Okay, and boom, now everything looks so much better. Okay, isn't it? Now everything looks so much better. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, pretty simple. Has anything we done so far feels unclear? Okay, has anything we done so far feels unclear? Very clear. Okay, we are taking it step by step. Okay, we are taking it step by step. Clear? All right, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Now, I don't think there is any other issue with any of this data. Okay, it doesn't look like I have an issue with any other data. So it all looks fine. Okay, it all looks fine. Okay, but now I want to change a couple more things. Okay, now I want to change a couple more things. So the first thing that I want is I want to convert. I don't think these two columns are necessary. So let me delete these two columns. So I'm going to delete these two. Yes, you are right. Some of these data are missing. Yes, you are absolutely right. Some of these data are missing. ठीक है, but ये तो join data ना. I cannot do anything about it. ठीक है, I cannot do anything about it. So let's ignore it. कोई बात नहीं. चलो, missing है और क्या? Okay. All right. So all right, now let's please show with concatenate. Not right now, not right now. I'll show you that with later because I also want to finish this as well. Okay, because even you guys have been paying a lot of attention for 2 proper hours. So I think we should go ahead. But don't worry, if you want to experiment with concatenate, by all means go ahead and experiment. Okay, it's not that complicated. Okay, all right, now let's continue. Now the next thing that I want to do here is okay, let's put this. Let's still look at the questions. Okay, I want total head count, average, blah blah blah. Chalo, okay, we'll come to this later. Okay, we'll chalo come to this later. Let's first create this salary slip thing. Okay, now if I were to manually put all these names, okay, if I were to manually put, oh, by the way, some of you have asked me कि भाई इसके सारे lines कहाँ गए? Okay, so in order to remove all of these lines, just go to view. Okay, go to view and uncheck this grid line. If I click on grid lines, it all comes back. Okay, but click on this grid line and it all disappears. Okay, this looks much cleaner. Okay, and I've seen a lot of people clean up this Excel. I'm like, wow, your Excel is looking really nice. I saw that they have removed the wrinkles from Excel. Anyways, let's continue. Okay, now if I were to manually copy all of these names and then basic salary and then HRA in here, I will go crazy. Okay, so how do we do that? What is a much better way of doing it? Okay, obviously a much better way of doing it is to use VLOOKUP. Okay, or of course XLOOKUP. We can use VLOOKUP or we can use XLOOKUP. Okay, VBA is an overkill for this. No, VBA is an overkill for this. It's like you need a needle but you are taking a sword. No, VBA is an overkill for this. Okay, the better way to do it is do something like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select A, right click, and I'm going to insert a column. Why am I doing that? Let me do it, then you will understand. Okay, I'm going to insert a column right here. Okay, and from here I'm going to start numbering 1 2 3 4. I'm going to select all of these and drag it down. Okay, why did I do this? Just give me a moment. Okay, why did I do this? Okay, all right, so I have done this because I can put one right here. Okay, and I can VLOOKUP this and fill up all of the data. What do I mean? What do I mean? Okay, let's just fill up these four. Let's just first fill up these four things. Okay, now, now the easiest way to do it is to give it a name, serial number. Okay, now let's give this a name. I have already told you how you can give it a name. Okay, select the entire data. Okay, select the entire data. You can also select the entire table, that is also absolutely fine. Okay, select the entire data and give it a name. Okay, give it a name. What name should I give it? Let's give it uh, data underscore table. Okay, let's give it data underscore employee data is also fine. Let's give it employee data. In fact, EMPDATA. Okay, EMPDATA. This makes my job so much easier. Okay, how does this make my job so much easier? Let's focus. Okay, I'm going to go back to salary slip. Okay, I want the name. Okay, I want the name. Now let's focus, everyone, because this will change your life, trust me. Okay, so I want the name. Okay, so now tell me, name is in which column? I don't want the first name, I want the full name. Okay, I want the full name. So let me start writing column numbers. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. All right, okay, so I can see that the full name is in column number 18. Okay, that the full name is in column number 18. Now guys, check it out how easy my life becomes. Okay, I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to do is equal to VLOOKUP. Okay, I'm looking up for this value. Where am I looking it up? What value did I put for the table name? What was the table name? The table name was EMP. And you just see, I don't literally have to type it all. It all is only giving me the autocomplete. Okay, so I'll just select EMP data. Okay, now which column number contained the name? Which column number contained the name? 18th column number. And is this going to be an exact match or an approximate? I obviously want it to be an exact match. Okay, and done. Okay, and done. The best part is if I change just this, I literally have to change one. If I do, let's say 5, okay, immediately it has changed. If I do, let's say 10, okay, Vikram Singh Rao at number 10, let's check it out. At number 10 we have Vikram Singh Rao. Okay, how easy does that make my job? Okay, are you ready to finish all of it? Are you ready to finish all of it and see how easy everything becomes? Okay, all right, let's continue. Okay, now employee ID. Okay, employee ID is present in second column. Okay, now the best part is I don't have to work hard. I'm just going to copy. So I need to lock this because this L3 is fixed. Okay, this L3 is fixed, so I'm going to lock it. Okay, why am I locking it? So that when I copy and paste it, I don't have to worry. Okay, so now check it out guys, how fast my work becomes. Copy this, paste here, paste here, paste here. I'm going to change all of that. Paste, and I don't think I need gross pay. I will figure it out. Okay, why are we not using XLOOKUP? We can use XLOOKUP. Okay, we can use XLOOKUP, but it's not really helpful. We can use XLOOKUP, but it's just going to complicate, and sometimes older machines do not have the latest XLOOKUP, which is why VLOOKUP is better here. Okay, anyways, let's continue. Okay, now very simple. Employee ID is in which column number? Okay, employee ID is in second column number. Okay, go back to this, just change this 18 to 2. Khatam. Okay, date of joining is in which column number? It is in number 9. Okay, so just change this 18 to 9. Okay, department is in which column number? Number 6. Okay, just change this to 6. Okay, best part. Okay, change one data here, change everything here. How easy does your life become? Okay, yes, this is incorrect. This is, you are right, this is incorrect because the formatting is not correct. Let me correct the formatting. I want this to be a date. So I'm going to put it short date. Okay, clear? How easy does my life become? Okay, now let's we still need to finish up the rest as well. Okay. I did only this thing here. Okay, I did only this thing here because everything, see, I have linked everything to this thing here na. So I don't have to change these individually. Okay, I have to change just this one thing and everything automatically changes. Okay, and everything automatically changes. Let's finish up the rest as well. Okay, now basic salary. Okay, basic salary is in which row number? Basic salary is in 11, HRA in 12. So basic is in 11, HRA is in 12, overtime hours 13, 14. So overtime hours is in 13, overtime rate is in 14. Now overtime total. Okay, now overtime total we can easily calculate. ठीक है, overtime total कैसे calculate होगा? This is equal to this multiplied by this thing. Yes or no? Okay, now now gross pay. Okay, so how do you find out total pay? That has to be this plus this plus this. Yes or no? Okay, this plus this plus this, that is your total pay. Okay, so gross pay is going to be is equal to you can write sum. Okay, this comma this comma and this. Okay, now I want to show you one more amazing thing. Okay, I want to show you one more amazing thing. Okay, now let's say you forgot कि भाई ये फॉर्मूला किस किस को रेफर करता है. Okay, let's say you forgot कि भाई ये फॉर्मूला किस किस को रेफर करता है. Everybody please pay attention. Okay, so what is an easy way of doing that? Okay, so an easy way of doing that is to find out precedence. Okay, is to find out precedence, not precedent, precedent, PRECE. Okay, so how do you do that? I believe you go to data. Where is trace precedents? Review. Where is trace precedents? Okay, so you go to formula. Okay, you go to formula and you click on trace precedents. What does this mean? This is telling you ki bhai, what is this formula depending on? Okay, so click on this trace precedents and instantly it tells you that this formula depends on this cell and this cell. People are like, MB. Okay, isn't that amazing? Doesn't this make your life so much easier? Okay, so you can do this, which basically helps you in tracking कि भाई ये फॉर्मूला किस किस चीज पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. Okay, of course it makes your job so much easier as well. Okay, all right, let's go ahead. Okay, let's go ahead now. Now the next thing that we have to now the next thing we have to figure out is we have to take how to create salary slip in one, how to remove precedent. Very simply, you can see right here, remove arrows. Just click on remove arrows and everything is gone. Okay, not difficult at all. All right, now focus. Now tax. Okay, tax is, Manish, I've seen your question, I'll definitely answer it. Okay, just give me one moment. I've seen your question, I'll answer it, just give me one. Okay, now tax is if gross is crossing 60,000, then we charge tax. Then we charge tax, or else we don't charge tax. Okay, and I've mentioned right here that consider the tax percent to be 20% flat. Okay, ki whatever the salary is, if it is above 60%, just consider it flat 20%. Okay, so of course what we're going to use, we're going to use the if clause. Guys, can you see how I have managed to bring all the concepts together? To manage to bring all the concepts that we discussed together. Okay, it took me a long time to make this thing, but of course, you know, we had it planned. So anyways, let's use the if clause. So if this is greater than 60,000, okay, in that case I want it to be 20%. Okay, so in that case I want 0.2 multiply by this value, and if not, just put a 0. Okay, now of course this should have been, I should have subtracted, I should have basically used the excess of 60,000, but we are not going to worry about that right now. Okay, we are not going to worry about that right now. Okay, and then the net pay is basically the gross pay minus the tax. Okay, and guys, ladies and gentlemen, the best part about working right now, doing this thing, is I want to change this one thing, everything gets changed. I want to change this one thing. Okay, everything changes. I just need to literally change this one thing instead of having to change everything. Okay, how easy does that make your life? Okay, how easy does that make your life? Great, clear. All right, now now here comes the next part. Okay, formula text for which one? See, I will upload this file itself. Okay, I will upload this. Can we select a number which is greater than 60? Let me see which number is greater than 60. Let's see. I believe that number 10 should be greater than 60. I believe number 10 should be greater than 60. Let's select number 10. Okay, and yes, we get a tax here. Is that clear? Okay, all right. Whew. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, now the next thing that I want to do. Okay, how to get name employee. Okay, so let me put the formula text for this right here is equal to formula text. I'm putting the formula text for this one here. Okay, and this one. Okay, so these are for the name and this way. Okay, the name and this. After finishing this, I'll upload this in the solution. You guys can check it out later. Okay, after finishing this, I'll upload both the Excel files in the solution, so you can check it out later as well. Now let's continue. Whew. All right. Now the next thing that I want to do. Okay, tax also. Tax is nothing. Tax was just an if clause. Tax. Okay, so let me do it. Is equal to formula text. This thing. Okay, guys, don't worry about numerous and all that. I'll focus on that. Don't worry, guys. Now focus. Now, what is the next thing that I want to do? Okay, what is the next thing that I want to do is I want to print the salary slip for each one of them. Okay, I want to print the salary slip for each one of them. Okay, so for that, what will I have to do? I'll have to first select one here, then I'll have to print this, do this, press Control P, print it, then I have to change this to 2 here. Do I want to do all of that nonsense? Do you think I am going to do all of that? No. Okay, so what we are going to do, okay, is now is the part where we use the help of macros. Okay, now is the part where we use the help of macros. Okay, so now the macro is going to do two things. Okay, the macro is going to do two things. And what are the two things that the macro is going to do? Okay, yes, why will you use anyden? And it is too much. Why do you need to use anyden? Okay, let's focus. Okay, so my macro needs to do two things. First thing it needs to do is it needs to change it from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and so on. Okay, so the first thing is it needs to change this value from 1 to 20. Okay, why 20? Because I have 20 employees here. Okay, because I have 20 employees here, so which is why 1 to 20. Is that thing clear? First of all, I need to change this value from 1 to 20. Clear? Okay, let me also draw a border around it so that it's clearly, let me do this. Okay, so I need to change this value from 1 to 20. Okay, and when I have changed this value, I want to print from here to here in a PDF document. Yes or no? Is that clear? Okay, now is where AI comes into picture. Okay, now is where AI comes into picture. Are we ready to rock and roll, guys? Okay, so now how we do this? How do we do this? All right, so I'm going to go to, let's say, all right, so I have Copilot open. चलो ठीक है, Copilot को ही पूछ लेते हैं. Let's ask Copilot. Okay, now there are two things that I want to do. Okay, so I have this number in L3. I have this number in L3 and I want it to cycle from 1 to 20 in steps of 1. Point number 1. Point number 2, when it has cycled it, I want to print from A1 to, let's say, I want to print from A1 to H23. Okay, from A1 to H23. Let's write all of this down. Okay, I want to fix L3 and then from A1 to H23. Is that clear? Okay, this I want to print. All right. Now let's go to Claude. Now, sorry, Copilot. Okay, and then I'm going to ask it very clearly. I want uh, I want a macro for VBA Excel Mac, because again I'm on a Mac. If you're on a Windows, just write Windows. Okay, which does two two things. Okay, first cycles L3 from 1 up to 20 in intervals of 1. Okay, second, prints from A1 to H23 as a PDF fitted in a single A4 page. Okay, pretty simple. Is there anything that is complicated? Okay, and this. Okay, I want a macro for VBA Excel Mac, which is two things: cycles L3. Let me write it in capital. Okay, cycles L3 from 1 to 20. Okay, in intervals of 1, and prints from A1 to H23 as a PDF fitted in A4 sheet. Okay, of course I can give the sheet name, sheet number. Oh, that's a good one. So somebody has given me a very good point. Somebody has given me a very good point. File name for PDF. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. Okay, so what do I want as the file name for the PDF? I want the value which is in D7. Okay, I want the value which is in D7 as the name. That's actually a pretty good one. Okay, third point. Okay, which does the following, which does the following things in each loop. Okay, I want the name of the PDF to be the value to be the text which is in cell D7. Okay, that is actually a pretty good one. That was actually a pretty one. And yes, some of you are telling me we can also email it. Yes, you can directly email it as well, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Okay, now have I given my and month? That's also a good one. That's also a good one. We can do that, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm not doing that right now. We can do that, but let's not do that right now. Okay. I think this is pretty much good enough. Basically, I think that's enough. Let me press enter. Okay. So now what this has done, okay, so now this has given me a bit of clarification. Yes, this is perfectly fine. I have all of this. Oh, this is pretty small, nothing too complicated at all. Okay, pretty small, nothing too complicated at all. Okay, range is done. This is done. All of this is done. All of this is done. Okay, looks okay. Looks perfectly okay. Looks perfectly okay. So let me copy this. Let me copy this. Where's my Excel file? Where is my Excel file? Okay, now the first thing that I had told you yesterday, okay, the first thing that yes, perfect. The first thing that I told you yesterday is to save it actually as XLSM. Okay, so let's save it. Save it as XLSM. Okay, saved. Okay, and now you guys can see that in my downloads folder. Okay, you guys can see in my downloads folder right now I do not have any PDFs. Okay, right now I do not have any PDFs. So now how do we open the VBA editor? If you remember from yesterday, we used Alt F11. Okay, we used Alt F11. I'm going to I have copied the exact loop thing. As you can see, loop from 1 to 20, export as PDF, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So saving it. Okay. Now I should close this one. I should close this particular Excel. Now here is one warning I would like to give you guys because I have faced this issue. Okay. Whenever you're using a macro now, whenever you're using a macro, close other Excel files because I have faced issues in this. Okay, so I should actually try this once again. Alt F11. Okay, insert module, paste this once again, save it. Okay, I have closed the previous one. Now you can see the project file name is project Excel Aman. Okay, save it. Right now let's open my downloads folder. Okay, clearly we have nothing present. Okay, all right guys, are we ready to rock and roll? Ready, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, so fingers crossed guys, let's hope that this works. Okay, pressing play. Okay, error by printing. Chalo koi baat nahi. Let's see what has happened. Error, export as fixed format of object range field. Chalo koi baat nahi, koi baat nahi. This has happened. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end. चलो कोई बात नहीं. Okay, so I'm going to say कि अच्छा भाई ये issue. See, this is where iteration comes into picture. Okay, so it gave me the issue as format. Okay, so I'm going to say gave an issue of export as format. Okay, of export as format. Okay, so thanks for flagging on that Excel or Mac, blah blah blah. Okay, so now it's given me something. Okay, So revised macro for Excel. See, sometimes we make mistakes, then we also improve that. Okay. So right now it's telling me ki bhai print it on desktop. I don't want it on desktop. I want it in downloads folder. So I'm going to say I want the PDFs in my download folder. Okay. I want the PDFs in my download folder. So now it has changed this copies. Can we get the prompt? Do not worry about the prompt. You will get the entire session. So don't worry about it. Okay. So I've gotten this. Going back to my Excel. Where is my Excel? Okay. Let's replace this macro. Okay. Let's save it. Let's open up my downloads folder. Are you guys ready? Okay. Trial number 2. Okay. Trial number 2. Let's try that. Play. All right, कोई बात नहीं. One more error. Export as fixed format worksheet failed. All right, चलो कोई बात नहीं. Okay, let's try that once again. Export as fixed format worksheet failed. Okay, कोई बात नहीं. It happens. This is expected. It happens. It is expected. Okay, so let it happen. Let it happen. All right, all right, all right. Let's do that once again. Copy, paste, save, take three. Yes, absolutely right. Take three. So which is why I keep saying, see, it's not a one time thing. You have to keep improving. Okay. Play. All right. So again, pretty much the same thing. Let's copy this. Let's do that once again. Wait, did it work? No, it did not work. Okay, let's stop it. Let's stop it. Chalo koi baat nahi. It's going to take a couple of trials. It is happening, but it is not printing. See, as you can see, the loop is changing. Okay, the loop is changing. Okay, the loop is changing, but it is not printing it. Okay, clearly the issue is while printing it. Koi baat nahi. Let me finish this. Do I have to do it 20 times? Damn. Chalo koi baat nahi. Let me finish it. I'll still copy the error. Okay, I'll still copy the error. No, no, I'm saving it as PDF. No, I'm saving it as PDF. Now I'm going to do one thing. I'm not going to do it to 20. I'm going to do it to 5. Okay, I'm going to do it till 5. Is it done? It's not done. Okay. So anyways, I'll go back to this, put the same error. Okay, put the same error. Send it as the file names. Okay, done. Update the macro. All right, better. Copy. Now, in this case, I'm going to change something. Okay, what am I going to change? Instead of this going from 1 to 20, I'm going to only do up to 5. Okay, so that if there's an error, I can catch it earlier. Okay, save it, print it. Which function is not defined? Save it. Let's run it once again. Okay. Uh, if this does not work, we will now use Claude. Okay, if this does not work, we will now use Claude. Copy, check PDF path. It's entirely possible. See, unfortunately, Mac unfortunately has this issue. If this was Windows, I could do it in one go. I'll show you that also. Okay, let me press play. Okay, now I'm getting irritated. So I'm going to do something else. Okay, I'm going to do something else. What I'm going to do, instead of using Mac, I'm going to use Windows. Okay, so I have Windows installed on this. Let me open up the Windows. Done for today? No, we are not. Let me just finish this. Like I said, if you are alive by the end of this session. Okay, so I'm going to open up my Windows. Okay, so this is the Windows part right here. um let me close it from the Mac end. Save, close. Okay, let me open it from the Mac end. Downloads, project, oh, which is the XLSX file. This should be the one. Yeah, it is in XLSM. Okay, it is in XLSM. Okay, so now since I'm not using Windows, I'm not using Mac, I'm using Windows. As you can see, we have Windows right here. Let me try that for Windows. So I'm going to say give me the same for Windows instead. Okay, I am using Excel on Windows. Let's hope that this works. Okay, so this is all fine. This is all fine. I'm going to copy all of this. Okay, go back to this, pretty much same thing. I'm going to enter full screen. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that once again. Oh, sorry, opened up the wrong thing. Okay, Alt F11. Okay, let's try that. Copy, paste, and save. Okay, copy, paste, and save. And once again, let me open up my down take four. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so again, downloads folder empty. Iteration, yes, I should change the iteration to 5. That was correct. Okay, save and let's run. Okay, see, Windows runs perfectly. Windows runs perfectly. Okay, now if I go back to this, oh, where did it go? Oh, I probably need to refresh this. Wait, where did it save? Where did it save? Downloads PDF name. Where did it save? Where did it save? Oh, it should have saved in the downloads folder right here of Windows. Where did it save? No, it did not save here. View medium icons. Where did it save? All right, it's going to work. It has worked, but I need to check where it has saved. Uh, where has it saved? Okay, hasn't saved in downloads. Downloads. Give me a clean output path. Let's check environment, user profile, page setup. This all looks fine. This all looks fine. User profile. Okay, so let me say I am using Parallels on Mac, on which I am running Windows. Okay, don't worry, guys. Just a couple more minutes. All right. Copy. Take 4. Where is my Excel? Okay. Paste. Save. I'm going to run it like this only. Don't worry. Run. Okay. Is it happening? I think it's happening. I think it's happening. I can see that things are changing in the background. Okay, all 20 PDF saved to your Windows download folder. Has it saved? If this is not saving right now, I'm going to get very angry. Acha, Windows user profile. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Windows, my profile is going to be this PC. See, sort of, it's the same thing. Oh, sorry, what did I click on? Downloads. Ah, finally, finally. Okay, so we have it right here. Okay, of course, it took us a bit of frustration. Okay, of course, it took us a bit of frustration, but it is a part and parcel of life. Okay, if you're going to use some amount of AI, sometimes you have to do things repeatedly. Okay, sometimes you have to do things. Oh, yes, why not? Let's open up anyone. Okay, so let's open up Meera Naidu Reddy, and we have Meera Naidu Reddy, date of joining, this. Okay. Now, the best part, okay, the best part about this is, let's say I find out that I'm making a mistake. Okay. Let's say that I find out that I'm making a mistake, that instead of DOJ, okay, I want to do joining date. Okay. Instead of DOJ, I want to do joining date. Okay. The best part is, how much hard work do you think we have to do? Okay. How much hard work do we have to do? Minimum. Okay. Literally minimum. All we have to do is we have to just run the macro once again. Okay, literally just run the macro once again. Okay, and let it finish. Okay, let it finish, and done. Okay, literally just run the macro once again. Okay, and let's open up anyone, and now you can see we have this as joining date. Okay, now even if you're on a Mac, trust me, it works on a Mac. Okay, trust me, it works on a Mac. It usually works on the first go, I don't know why it was taking a lot of time today, but usually it works on the first go. You saw how in Windows it works pretty much on the first go. Okay, you can 100% do it on the first go on Mac itself. Sometimes it takes some issues, but maximum time you can do it on the first go. Okay. Whew, I'm going to turn this particular thing off. Let me go back to my Mac. Okay. So we have project thing right here. Okay. Better to use Claude. Yeah, of course, you can use Claude also. See, you can absolutely use Claude as well. Ho sakta hai Claude would have given me a much better answer. Okay. All right. Now, with this, we have done the biggest part of our entire project. Okay. With this, we are alive. Yes, I am also alive. It took us 5 takes, but we were able to do it. Okay. It did take us a couple of retries, but this is how it is. It does take time. Okay. But, but, imagine if this was instead 3000 employees. Still then, okay, still then within 20-30 minutes, you can absolutely do it. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. Yes, if you had actually tried to do the real macro thing by yourself, it would have taken you weeks. Okay. All right, guys. So people are very tired. All right, guys. So just hang on, guys. Let me just quickly discuss something with you. Okay. Now we have essentially covered all of the absolute biggest things of the session. Okay. The most important things of the session, we have covered all of it. Okay. Now, what this is left here, okay, I am sure you guys can do it by yourself in the pivot table. ठीक है, ये चीज आप खुद से pivot table में कर सकते हो. I think you guys can do it. I will put the solutions in the solutions folder, okay, but I'm pretty sure you guys can do it by yourself as well. Okay. Now, what we are going to do ahead, okay, what we are going to do ahead, okay, is I just want to show you. Can you guys just do you guys can you guys just have more questions for just 10 minutes? Okay. Can you guys just hang on for 10 more minutes so that I can quickly show you a couple of stuff and then we'll be done? Okay. I'll have 10 more minutes and then we will be done. Okay. Because I don't want to give a break for 10 minutes and then do that. Let's just grab our breath for just 10 more minutes. 1 minute break. Chalo, theek hai. Take a 1 minute break. Koi baat nahi. Take a 1 minute break. No worries. Okay. I just want 10 more minutes and then we will be done. Okay. All pumped up. All right. Guys, I can see some of you have some questions. Okay, so I'm going to just take a break for 1 minute. Meanwhile, I'm going to talk to everyone. Okay, anybody that wants to break, just take a break for 1 minute. I'm going to answer a couple of questions here. Okay, ready for 10 more? Thank you very much. After 10 minutes done for the day. Yes, absolutely. Can you show me mail merge? So mail merge you don't do in Excel. So mail merge you do in Word. Okay. Um, let's see if we can put a video on mail merge. Okay, I'll not do it here, but I'll do it somewhere else. Not here, but yes, mail merge you typically do on Word, not on Excel. Can you please show me? But same thing, Excel. Sorry, Word file. Slicer in pivot. Okay. Slicer. Okay. So let me show you the slicer thing here. Okay. So guys, what is slicer? Let me show you what is slicer. Okay. So slicer is something like this. Okay. So let's say I want to. Okay. So let's say I just want to view people who are in HR. Everybody, please focus. Let's say I just want to view all the people who are in HR. Okay. I just want to see people who are in HR. So how do we do that? So I would select this and I would unselect this, then I'll click on HR. Okay. Now this is a cumbersome thing. Okay. This is a cumbersome thing. The better way to do it is to use slicers. How do we use slicers? Okay. Simply go to insert, okay, and look for slicer. So click on slicer. Now I want the slicer on department. I want the slicer on department. Okay. Now the best part about slicer, okay, the best part about slicer is now I can just click on HR and I can only see HR. I can click on IT and I can only see IT. I can click on finance and I can only see finance, and I can click on this cross to see everything. Can we use multiple? Yes, absolutely. Just insert one more slicer. Okay, select this, insert one more slicer. Let's say you want the slicer on location. Okay, so let's place okay. So I want the Bangalore mein HR. Done. Okay, much faster than using filters. Okay, much faster than using filters. All right, done. Okay, 1 minute ka break is done. Okay, now I just want to very quickly discuss a couple more things. Okay, first things first, I want to discuss about analyzed data. Okay, first thing I want to discuss about analyzed data. So what is analyzed data? Now analyzed data is unfortunately only present analyzed data is unfortunately only present in Office 365. Okay, so if I go to this particular file right here, right, okay, so this pivots thing. Okay, so this pivots thing. All right, so analyze data is present on this data tab. Okay, and then you click on this analyze data tab, analyze data. But this is not present in everybody's Excel. This is only present if you have Office 365. If you don't have it, you won't find it, but I just still want to show it to you. Okay, so let's take a simple example: total sales amount by department. For this we had to write a pivot table. Okay, but analyze data, if I click on analyze data, okay, I can actually just ask it questions, okay, such as total sales amount by department. Okay, and when I press enter, it instantly gives me that. Okay, so pretty helpful, pretty useful, because it instantly gives me the same thing. Okay, here I do not have to think. Okay, here I do not have to think, it just gives me the answer. Okay, let's say I want to ask one more question. Okay, where did it go, where did it go, where did it go? Pivots. Okay, please show again. Yes, I'm showing you once again. Okay, let's say I want to find out sales by region and month. Okay, so here we had to do all of those pivot things, but analyze data, we can do that directly. Sales by region and month. Okay, let me press enter. Okay, and instantly you get it all. I can just press insert pivot table. Okay, and we get it all immediately. Okay, same by other things as well. Okay, so it is pretty helpful. It's really helpful when you want to do very quick analysis. Okay, कि भाई सीधा question पूछा and you get the answer. Okay, सीधा question पूछा and you get the answer. This is the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, the second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the co-pilot feature. Okay, now a lot of you might have seen this co-pilot in online tutorials, or anywhere else also. I'm not saying it's useless, but it is next to useless. Okay, why am I saying that? Okay, why am I saying that? Okay, if I were to ask it, give me some of bonus for sales. Okay, give me some of bonus for sales. Okay, for sales department. Okay, half of the time it will not work. Okay, half of the time it will not work. As you can see, I could not find any documents or emails related to this. Why, when this is clearly right here. Okay, so honestly I haven't found this to be very useful. Okay, apart from that, if you have real skills just like what we have discussed in the entire session, you will not have to worry about taking this paid thing at all. Okay, what you can do, okay, what it is good at is you can ask. Okay, okay bhai, I want this particular thing. Okay, I want this particular thing. Okay, how to find the total bonus for sales department. Okay, so you can ask it, give me the formula, give me the formula to find total total bonus for sales department. Okay, it can do this. Okay, it can do this, it can give you the formulas. Okay, it can give you the Excel formulas, but it cannot do any sort of analysis for you. I have tried it, it's useless. Okay, exactly. And yes, you can do the same thing pretty much in Chat GPT or AI or anything else as well. Okay, can it do VBA? I think it can. Give me VBA code for printing page to PDF. I don't know. Maybe it can, maybe it cannot. Most likely it can. Okay. Yes, so it can. So these things AI is good at. Okay. These things AI is good at. But if you ask it to do things for you, it cannot do it. Okay. Ask it formulas, ask it clarification, ask it to debug. These things any AI tool is absolutely good at. Okay. कोई भी AI tool, Gemini, Claude, whatever. But if you actually upload your file and ask it things ke bhai do this for me, okay, or make this salary slip for me, no AI tool can do that. Okay, absolutely no AI tool can do that. And even if it can do that, you can never be sure if it's going to give you the correct answer. Is that clear? Okay, so that is something that we have. Okay, the second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is this Comet thing. How many of you have tried this Comet agentic AI browser? How many of you have tried Comet agentic AI browser? Okay, Humayu, yes, I can see your chat. Don't worry, let me just finish it and I'll take all doubts. Okay, now Comet is good. It's useful. Okay, it is definitely useful. Okay, it is useful in what terms? Okay, it is useful in what terms? Okay, so let's say I have this thing. Okay, let's say that I have this thing and I don't know a particular formula. Okay, let's say that I don't know a particular formula. I want the full name in this particular column. Okay, so I can ask Comet, he give me the full name in column C. Okay, using column A and B. Okay, I can do that. Okay, I can do that, and it will be able to finish it. Okay, it will be able to finish it. Okay, but as you can see, the sheer amount of time that it is going to take. Okay, you could have done this 15 times by now. Okay, it's going to take a lot of time. Okay, Deepak, don't worry, I will answer your question. Okay. So, like I said, key, it will take a lot of time. By this time, you can easily solve it. Okay. It's useful if you don't know the formula, but it's not that great. Okay, it's not that, because now if I tell it, कि अच्छा भाई, now you clean up the names or you change the names to proper convention, it's going to go crazy. It's going to take a lot of time. Okay, so while yes, you can use AI, okay, you can use it to do all sorts of analysis, and apart from that, the final thing that I want to show you is Julius. Okay, the final thing that I want to show you is Julius. You can absolutely upload the Excel file to Julius. Okay, and you can ask it questions. Okay, key from the what was the name, okay, not this one, the other one. Okay, from the raw data cleaning. Okay, where did it go? Okay, so from the raw data cleaning sheet, give me number of people in HR. Okay, so Julius is also pretty good when it comes to any sort of analysis, but I also do not think that most of you can upload your entire data to Julius. Okay, so which is why I don't recommend that you upload your entire file. What I highly recommend is you understand how to do it yourself and take the help of AI where you are stuck. Okay, the entire purpose of the way that I have taken this session is to ensure that you have real skills and that you are using AI to accelerate your work rather than fully relying on AI. Okay, so of course, yes, it can give you an answer, no doubt, but you will rarely be actually able to upload stuff, and most likely you will have to buy the paid version of things in order to do that. Okay, so okay, so which is why what I say ki you should have real skills. Okay, and then use AI to accelerate your work. Do not completely rely on AI. It's not worth it, and tomorrow if AI decides to charge you like crazy, you will not be able to do anything about that as well. Okay, so have real skills and have AI skills as well, as opposed to just knowing AI skills. Okay, so this has been all from my end. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the absolute amazingly planned session that I had for you. Okay, we did really good. All of us did really good. I know you guys had a lot of patience. And I already told you that we are going to have a long session today. But more than that, I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Okay, you have learned from it, enjoyed it, and that you're going to use it in your regular life as well. Okay, so great, that is all from my side. Okay, definitely do not just rely on AI. Okay, have real skills, because someday if you're not able to use AI, you will not be handicapped by it. You will still be able to do a lot by yourself as well. Okay, so great guys, I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you are going to be able to learn all of that so well. Okay, definitely give your feedback. Support team, please drop in the feedback link. Okay, definitely give your feedback. If you have liked something, definitely say. I know some of you, I was not able to answer a couple of you, but put your questions in the feedback. I will ensure that the support team gets back to you. Okay, today was a very long session. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Okay, I hope you're going to use all of this knowledge going ahead. Okay, and yes, I will upload the solutions to the same solutions folder. Okay, and I hope that you enjoy it all. Okay, thank you all very very much. Have a very good day. Bye bye. Yes, sorry, Humayu. Sorry, Humayu. Yes, you were saying what's the difference between Excel and Power BI? Power BI is a lot. Okay, so Power BI, Humayu, is basically used to answer. Power BI is used for dashboarding. Okay, Power BI is really good for dashboarding. It is honestly not that great uh, for anything else. Okay, see, Excel can do just about anything. Okay, Excel can do just about anything. Power BI is used for analysis, dashboard, and all. Yeah, yeah. Everybody else can leave. Okay, everybody else can leave. I know a lot of people. I have not answered their questions. Okay, so everybody can leave. Okay, those who have questions, those I have not answered earlier, please stay back. I'll definitely answer your question. Okay, so yes, Humayu, are we going to have Power BI sessions? Yes, you also have Power BI sessions as well. I believe we have another teacher who is going to teach you Power BI. Okay, so yes, you're going to learn Power BI as well. Don't see the feedback form. Support team, please help out Swati about the feedback form. I know somebody dropped a very big message. I missed it when I was teaching. Let me go back. Let me go back. Where is the big message? Somebody dropped a big message. I saw it, but I was not able to read it. Ravi, yes. AI agent session. AI agent session. Ravi, AI agents. Support team, please help out Ravi with that. Okay. What about SQL? Yes, you have SQL session as well. Most likely, I will be the one taking your SQL session. Okay. Most likely, I will be the one taking your SQL session. Some insight about Power Pivot. So Power Pivot is basically a feature of Excel. Okay, so Excel these days has a lot of advanced features. Okay, so Excel has Power Query, Power Pivot. Okay, Power BI is a separate software. Okay, Power Pivot and Power Query. So Power Pivot is again like we use pivot tables. Just think the steroid version of it. Okay, can we extract, where did it go? Can we extract information from PDF into Excel in table format through macro? Yes, you can do it, Simranjeet. But there are better ways to do it. Okay, honestly, there are better ways to do it. And let me show you. Okay. Oh, let me share my screen also. I forgot that I'm not sharing my screen. Let me share my screen. Okay. So how can you basically get data from PDF into Excel? Okay. Let's say that I have a, let's make a new Excel file. Okay, let's say I have a new Excel file. Okay, you have your PDF. Go to data, from picture, picture from file. Okay, data from picture, picture from file. Just select your PDF file and you will be able to do it. Okay, select your PDF file, you'll be able to do it. Okay, where did the chart go? Where did the chart go? Okay, can you show the can you please explain the tax one? See, don't worry about the tax aspect of it. Tax one was just as an example. Okay, locking part. All right, so let's say 1 2 3 4. Okay, so for example, let's do is equal to this. Okay. Oh, just 1 second. Mac and Windows have some different shortcuts, which is why I sometimes make mistakes. Is equal to formula text. Okay, so let me, okay, now let's say that I directly copied this formula down. Okay, so as you can see, when I dragged it down, each of the formula changed. Okay, when I dragged it down, this itself is a formula. f6. This itself is a formula. When I dragged it down, the next formula became f7, f8, f9. Okay, but if I lock it, okay, dollar dollar, okay, now when I drag it, my formula doesn't change. Okay, so locking is basically locking the address to which it is referring. My god, I missed so many messages. Locking is basically locking the cell to which it is referring. Okay, freeze function, the stock option. I'm not going to discuss stock option, right? I've been teaching for 3 hours. We are not going to discuss the stock option, but of course you can definitely check out the stock option using AI as well. Numerous. Okay, so ठीक है चलो, since you have raised the point of numerous, I would like to tell you that numerous first of all is not free. Numerous.ai. Okay, so I know about a couple of these things. Okay, I know about numerous, but this is paid. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Pricing. I don't see the pricing, but it is paid. You cannot access it for free. Okay, and similar to numerous, there is also one more which is called Viet. Okay, Viet.ai. Now this is also pretty good. Okay, this is also pretty good, but from what I have seen, it's again a paid thing. I don't see the pricing. Okay, I don't see where the pricing is written, but both numerous and Viet, both of them are paid, and they are so highly costly that you're most likely not likely to know to use it by yourself. Okay, so it's highly likely that neither are you going to buy or use numerous or Viet, nor is your company going to buy or use numerous or Viet. So it's highly unlikely. Okay, Ankur, your question is, you remember we have had AA classes where you let us know about Misty. Yes, can we use Misty for all of these things? Can we use Misty for all of these? Uh, yes. Okay. Yes, Ankur, you can use Misty, but in that case, you should select the right model. Okay. Remember, we talked about Hugging Face. So just remember to use the right model, which basically is more trained on Excel, and then absolutely you can do it. Okay. If I go with Airtable, Airtable is also paid. Airtable is also paid. You can go for Airtable, but I believe Airtable prices start at rupees 2000 per month or something. Okay, and people don't buy Netflix and Prime and JioStar, so it's highly unlikely people are going to pay for Airtable. That is 2000 per month. So you can go for Airtable. It's pretty flexible. I have used it, but I don't use it regularly. I prefer to use Google Sheets because it is also just as good. But yes, Airtable is also fine. I prefer to keep my subscriptions low because everything gets keeps getting added up, keeps getting added up. Okay, the portal is showing 4 sessions was missed. Mayur, don't worry about the attendance part. They're still figuring out the attendance part. There are some issues about it, so ignore that. Okay, ignore the attendance part. If you have attended, great. Okay, any other questions that I have missed? Any once we develop the ML model, where and how do we deploy it? Is it covered during this session, web scraping? So machine learning models are covered in the machine learning module. I believe you will have them later, but yes, you do have them. Can we have Excel charts automation using AI? Excel charts automation. If you want to make charts, of course you can make them in Excel. Okay, but in Power BI, dashboarding is so much better. Okay, in Power BI, dashboarding is so much better. Which AI tool is best for app script code? Anything, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever. But Claude essentially is best. Alternate of Prime and Netflix. Okay, so let me stop the recording and then I'm going to tell you. Okay, so in case of alternate, uh, all right. So in case of alternate of uh, Netflix, Hotstar, and all of that is something called Stremio. Stremio. Okay. Now you need to Google what that is. Okay. Now you need to Google what that is. I personally use Stremio and Real Debrid to not pay for any subscription. Okay. Now what that is, you figure it out. Is it possible conversation in Hindi during sessions? No, unfortunately, Jagdish, not, because we have a lot of people who are not that fluent in English. So unfortunately, no. All the sessions are in English. Okay. Of course, beach beach mein I do say Hindi, but pure Hindi nahi. Spell it again. Stremio. 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 Stremio and Real Debrid. Realdebrid. Okay, guys, let me tell you beforehand, this section I'm going to ask them to cut it off from the recording. Okay, that is all the part after I went offline for a moment, that part is going to get cut off. Okay, so you're not going to get this in recording. Please share contact number of few like-minded participants. How can I do that? I cannot do that. Can HandedF PDF be extracted? Yes, absolutely. HandedF PDF can also be extracted. What was the second name? Real Debrid. Real Debrid. Okay, Real Debrid. Ah, all right, guys. So great session, great session. I know the questions will never end. Debrid, Debrid. Okay. All right, guys. Great session, great session. I hope all of you have loved it. Let me tell you beforehand that this part we are going to cut off. Take this was just general conversation. This was not part of your official curriculum. Okay. So this part will be absolutely cut off. Don't be surprised to not find this in your recording. Okay. Great. Thank you all absolutely very, very, very much. I hope you had a very enjoyable session. Okay. Thank you all very much and bye bye.